Today we learned about how Jesus came into the temple where merchants were selling things overpriced and pretty much saying that you have to come in here and buy stuff if you want to come in and worship and buy your tickets and stupid stuff like that, pretty much.
And people were using the Gentile section of the temple, and they're making the Gentiles and other people like buy stuff so that they could go and worship God and stuff. Basically buy a ticket to pray to God.
And Jesus came in and he was flipping tables over and saying, this is not how it's supposed to be. This is a house of worship.
What he does ultimately is running over and flipping over tables and what people nowadays would call a scene, but he just became very passionate.
And Jesus got very angry and he started tipping over tables, driving everybody out that was doing this bad stuff.
He said things such as, this would be a house of worship and not a den of robbers.
And like Jesus was like, yeah, this isn't right. This is a place for God and worship, and you turned it into a den of thieves. And the Pharisees were like, we're all upset and scared because people were actually listening, and they're also getting money, so they're like, from this whole deal, and they're like, we have to kill this Jesus, and that was all part of Jesus' plan. And even though Jesus got very angry, the very next day he was healing and worshiping God and teaching.
His main point was just that, people will take advantage of God.
And Jesus is the most perfect person, and he had a justified anger because the priests were making people buy to come to God, and that wasn't right, and he was justified in his anger.
And what's something that you can take away from the story to apply in your life?
Not to be worried about myself and to make things not about yourself. To do the right thing, even if it's going to cause trouble. Not even if it's for God. Let's say like somebody's doing the stupidest thing ever. You have to come in and tell them that's not right. This is not what God wanted or wanted you to do. We should love them, not just get mad for what they're doing.
And stand up and for what you believe in and stuff, and don't let the people slander the name of God. Love people and stuff, because Jesus, even though he was angry and stuff, the very next day he helped people. So definitely be passionate of people and be justified in your anger.
It just shows that Jesus is really passionate about us, about our sin and about our heart, and he wouldn't get so upset if he didn't love us so much and care for us.